Yeah, so as I was saying, there's no scheduled video. They just wait on Twitch. It's very strange. And also, do you know that we stream this through Twitter now? Do you know that?
Yeah, I saw that.
Isn't that exciting?
I wonder why we always didn't do that, but I'm gonna reshare it.
Okay, good. Now, I promote these shows differently because some of you may be watching on YouTube. And I think what we're going to do is we're going to post this tomorrow. Have this as like a nice Saturday experience for the YouTube folks. So
Mhm.
if you're watching this over there, we hope you're having a wonderful start to your weekend.
It's
If you're
probably very hot if you're in the Northeast. So
there, you go. There you go.
indulge me in strapless clothing.
I will not. Okay. If you're watching live on Twitch or how, I hope you've had a good
It
day.
doesn't
And
even say how many people are watching.
it takes like 5 minutes to update. It's nuts. It's Toby Suicida is saying, and I think you tweeted this. Your Twitch debut, is that like all around Twitch or just this Twitch?
I've never even been on Twitch. I don't.
Yeah,
I've been on the app like to view other streams and stuff, but like
yeah,
I watch Mia Yim from time to time.
yeah. It's actually exactly the same from our side of it, right? Like from in StreamYard, it is exactly the same, which is
Nothing changes. Yeah.
which is kind of lame in some ways. But I will try a raid later if people are here, but I don't know how that
What
works.
does that mean?
So we basically send our viewers to like another channel,
Oh.
and
Okay.
I figured out how to do it. But the problem is, no one in the audience ever knows which channels to raid.
Oh.
So it's kind of
Okay.
useless. But we'll see how it goes tonight. We're on a bit later tonight.
I felt so old. Normally, you guys ask me what things are.
Yeah.
When it comes to
Yeah,
technology.
that was kind of. Is that our influence?
I don't know. I've spent this past 4 days with my nephew who's 9, and he tells me everything that's new.
Yeah.
And I'm just like, hold on, buddy. I'm just going to college. I'm not going to the nursing home.
What does that mean though? Like new in terms of like new Disney shows or like new technological advances?
Well, he
Because the way
tells
you
me
said
that
that.
the people in his 4th grade like sneakers and like
Right.
reselling sneakers. I was like, I
My
don't know.
God.
4-year-olds are able to do that. I mean, 4th graders are able to do that. Not 4-year-olds. I
Yeah.
have a 4-year-old nephew too, though. He's a pain in the ass.
Wow, there's a lot going on here. All right.
Oh, that's
Well,
why I'm not on the grin tonight. I meant to tell you, but I'm
yes.
babysitting for a week. Yay!
My God. Well, that's pretty cool though. The late night grin as of late has been quite the program. Last week we reviewed Rampage 3 hours into the show, which is saying I did think halfway through that if you were around, I think we would have probably avoided doing that. But I guess I'm blaming you. That's what I'm doing.
I was literally throwing up, Joseph.
I know, but I'm just. I mean, granted, we somehow managed to review Rampage at the start for many episodes before you were even on the grin. But I've now decided that I can't take the blame for this. I have to just
Fair.
is what it is. Maybe Bob won't show up and we can blame him instead. Anyway, enough about Bob. Should we do this retire the rankings program? This is episode 4, I think.
It's only the second episode at our original time slot, which is great.
That's what Rampage will do to you.
Rampage, baby.
Yes, the show that we've been waiting on.
Yes.
Apparently, it's on in a couple of hours. Have you heard that?
Yeah, I don't know if I'm gonna watch it or not though.
Did you know that
really
Scorpio Sky he's demanding the TNT title back?
Doesn't he have the title?
Yeah.
Or who somebody stole it?
Sammy stole it apparently.
Oh, I forgot that happened. Oh.
Shoot he tweeted the thing and he was like, "What does this mean?" And the replies were like, he wants the other belt back from Dan Lambert. Remember, he said he wants him to give it back and, put in the 80 to whatever. Some were saying it was a metaphorical thing about the TNT title and its place in the promotion. Other people were saying that, I don't know, something else happened. But the actual answer was, yeah, Sammy took it off the angle. So.
Yeah, see, that whole shit, no thank you.
It's a shame because I was really excited when he won it after the, when he won it in the ladder match, Sculp. Really got me fired up.
I got fired up too.
Yeah.
Do you remember how people tried to tell me that it was a good idea that they're doing this hot potato stuff, even though it's very WWE, and if it was in WWE, those same people would complain?
So the problem with you doing that here is that you know for a fact I was one of those people that told you it was okay. So that felt spiteful and underhanded, but yeah, you get what you get.
Because we're in the same place. That's my issue, though. We're in the same place.
We are. If you'd have moved on, it'd be fine. Yeah.
Exactly. If we would have went like without Sammy and he would have did some other stuff, like I don't know, is Paige even gonna be at the fucking Double or Nothing for that mixed tag match?
No, that's not happening anymore. Apparently,
At all?
it's been completely
Then
delayed. Yes,
move them on to a new feud.
I know. Maybe they're
I
just gonna
mean,
pretend that the Ring of Honor TV title is the actual mid card title.
what I'm not understanding is why you don't do, because is it like Britt turning face or something, or she was, or they're not doing that anymore? Because if they were, then just turn Adam semi-face and just do Sammy, because they always cheer for Adam anyway. They do the boom, easy face turn.
Yeah.
I mean, he's in the Owen, but like, I just have that be his next feud after Double or Nothing. Put Sammy on ice. Who cares?
There's a lot of people involved in this conversation that I don't care about. I don't know about you, but makes it a little bit challenging. Anyway, speaking of AEW, we're going to run through, as we always do, the rankings, and then I'm going to unveil a new segment that I promised many weeks ago that we're finally going to do tonight. But first, let's go through the rankings. I have big news, Jaychele. In at 5, the one change in the men's rankings, the male rankings, Tony Nese has cracked the top 5. He is in at the 5 slot. The win over Danhausen has got him in there. Jaychele, your thoughts on the premier athlete, 205 Live legend, Tony Nese getting in the top 5?
I don't like Tony Nese. I don't think I'm ever gonna like him because remember when she tried to explain to me why the running knee was his finisher because his name is Knees and it's Knees.
Wait, what?
Shoot tried to explain while we were watching like a dark grid along.
Yes, I remember this. Yeah,
and his finisher is the running knee because his name is Tony Nese.
Yeah.
So it's the knee. That's just sucky.
No, I think it's the running like knees. You know.
Okay.
Are you arguing that makes it less like his name? I don't know. I mean, fair.
It makes it less cool. It's not even cool to begin with because who has a running knee into the turnbuckle as their finisher? I don't get it. Whatever.
All right, well, that's fair. I'm excited for him.
And it can't even be knees plural because he does the one knee.
I asked Tony about it. He retweeted my feature once. Seems like a good guy.
That's how you judge character, Joe?
Yes.
Remember what you taught me? We can't say people are good people until we know everything about them.
True. Is this the part where I tell you that I'm a raging hypocrite, or have we not established that already? If so, I can.
We already kind of established that earlier. Remember when you said that you were one of the people that said that the hot potato thing worked, and then you kind of buried all the people in the feud?
Yeah, I do. Yeah. All right, fine. Tony Storm was in the top 5. She's in at 4. She's still behind Serena Deeb, Nyla Rose, Anna Jay. She's in front of Red Velvet. It's cool to see Tony in the top 5, right?
Good for Tony.
Do you think Tony's going to win the Owen?
Yeah. Did you hear that they're going to do championship belts instead of like a trophy?
It's a bummer. I wanted a big cup, you know? I wanted like one of those
cool... the Owen Cup?
They did, but apparently a couple months ago they stopped using that terminology specifically because they obviously didn't get one made. I wanted a really cool photo shoot with like the male and female winners with the big trophies each. It would have been awesome, you know?
Yeah.
But we can't have.
They're just going to have FTW titles.
Yeah. The
Did you not get the joke, Joe?
What?
You didn't get my joke, and I'm kind of sad about it.
FTW titles?
Yeah. Because they mean nothing.
Oh, I got it. I just because I didn't like belly laugh doesn't mean I didn't get it. You know, I just
you didn't pop, Joe.
Should we do it again? Should we run it back?
No, we're not doing it again. Moving on.
Are you sure?
I'm positive. People in the chat, can you laugh for me so I feel validated, and then me and Joe are just gonna move on.
That's good. So anyway, I think Tony probably will win. I will say though that I'm slightly concerned about this Brit match. I think it's going to be run pretty close. But we shall see. Look at the chat.
Oh, I love you guys.
So
Tope, fuck you, dude. Fuck you all the way.
So I have to click the comments now just so the folks on YouTube understand what's happening. So anyway,
we're having a good moment, a great moment here.
A tag team I think is going to come up later. Keith and Swerve, they are in the top 5 now. They're in at the 5 spot.
I'm excited for that match. I'm so excited for that match, dude.
We're going to get into that, I think, in kind of long form. Now, that's the AEW rankings. There's not many moves here. I would like to just point out the Gun Club is still number 3. And now, I would like to do something I promised many weeks ago. which is that I
Joe,
said
you
the
can't see
one
what I'm doing, can you?
I can, yeah, I understand. I said that I would track the results of this, and I said after 3 weeks I'd give you like a leaderboard, right? So just to quickly explain, it's very, very simple. When we do rest of the week, number one will get 5 points, number two will get 4, and so on and so forth. Matches, same deal. You just split, if you're in the top match, you get 5 each, whatever. Would you like to know our leaderboard thus far, Jaychele?
Yes, I'm very excited.
We have a tie. Actually, let me go. Let me kind of work.
Joe, the drum roll. You ruined the drum roll.
Did I fuck it up again? I'm messing up all the bits tonight. It's terrible.
This is going bad.
Tied for fourth. We have 3 names.
Oh shit! I cannot drum roll for that long. Fuck that.
FTR's Dax Harwood.
Oh wow. Okay.
Liv Morgan. Scorpio Sky. All with 8 points. A real collection of humanity there. Very interesting. Some of which do not feel as hot as they did a couple of weeks ago. Some of them haven't been hot at all. It's been a time. But nonetheless, above those with 9 points, we have Tony Storm, who's actually had kind of like a consistent showing on this program. It feels like relative. And then, tied for the top spot, we have 2 folks here at number 1.
Hold on.
There you go. Cody Rhodes and Ray Phoenix have both got 10 points each.
How did we get here?
The way we got there was because on the second week, Phoenix got best match and best wrestler.
Okay.
And on the third week, Cody got best match and best wrestler. So they've only been in 1 week each in their top. So early days, this thing will balance itself out, I assume.
We'll get there, yeah.
Any comments on the early leaderboard here, Jaychele?
It's making me remember how hot FTR was before and how cooled down they feel now. Scorpio obviously had like a big crowning moment, and now we're kind of back to nothing. Liv, I want to talk about later.
Oh my God.
Yeah, she had a big moment.
She did. I hadn't thought about that. That's interesting. Indeed.
Did you see how I forgot to put a finger?
It's kind of wild that FTR might not be on the pay-per-view. It's kind of nuts, right?
Yeah.
It's kind of a bummer.
Yeah. They should just run ROH shows beforehand, like the day before or something.
I was thinking about this the other day. You know Ring of Honor?
Yeah.
What if that's just the wrestlers that I like personally?
How are you gonna make that happen, Joe?
I'm not saying it's like possible, but what if it is? Like, wouldn't that be fun for me?
I mean, yeah, I guess. What about everybody else, Joe? If they're just booking for you, I think my nephew likes Samoa Joe now too. Did you see my tweet? Did you see my tweet? No. My nephew watched wrestling for the first time. He's 3 years old, and he was watching Dynamite with me. Samoa Joe's music hits. He sees the fire. He starts jumping on the couch. And I was like, I don't think he even understands what's happening, but good for him. He also liked Maki Ito.
That tracks though, right? There's like this weird thing that people do about wrestling where they go, I'm embarrassed by these comedy characters, It's like, if you watch wrestling with normal people, or better yet, kids, they're the exact characters that will pop them.
Yeah.
Which
he was singing, he was dancing, he was excited.
Yeah, I wish she got over great live, and I enjoy Maki Ito. Samoa Joe goes without saying. Everyone likes Samoa Joe. I don't know if you've heard that. It's proven scientifically.
What if I say I don't like Samoa Joe?
You'd be lying.
I mean, I don't know if I like him, but I'm not going to say
you might not care about him, but you can't dislike him. He comes out, they chant his name, and he chops guys. It's like he's kind of he's kind of harmless. I mean, he's a very violent version of harmless, but he's harmless nonetheless. Anyway, yes. Okay, all right. Should we get into our rankings here at the 15-minute mark of this program? Should we do that? Should we do some rankings?
Yeah.
All right. Jaychele, would you like to lead us on the wrestler side of things?
I have 3 answers that I would like to be number 1, but they can all not be number 1.
Factual.
My first installation is Sasha and Naomi. And I said this on the stream, and I am for real about it.
I have my concerns here. I am willing to co-sign, for obvious reasons, we both respect and admire the decision they've made.
We can
Yes.
do an honorary number one. If you don't feel comfortable giving an actual number one, we can do a star next to the
I
name.
I would like us to talk about them and why they are important this week and why they're the big story in a positive way. My concern is that I do not know when they'll be around next, and it may in fact just be burning 5 points. Does that make sense?
That's why we can do the star. We don't have to give them any points,
Yes,
but they're
but
number
they're
one in
like
our hearts. You know.
yes, factual. Where are you at on that story at this point? We're like what 3 days removed from the first kind of onslaught of it. 4 days now, I guess.
Yeah,
Almost. Where are you at this point?
much more calm,
Yeah.
much more at peace. You know, um, lots of racism, lots of misogyny. Um, on Twitter, obviously, all of the discourse, as Joe says. Um, but seeing now that it could have possibly had something to do with contracts is extremely concerning. But also them saying that they walked out in the middle of Naomi negotiating a huge contract makes me feel like, holy shit, she has a lot of balls. And I love that for her. Seeing the major media that coverage that I got in favor of Sasha and Naomi is good. But when you look at it and it's in favor of WWE, it seems like it's a slander campaign if Sasha is really trying to move to Hollywood, like everybody thinks that she is. Like I sent it to you when it was on E News, I think, or
Yes.
something. Yeah, that could be really bad for her reputation. And Sasha's not gonna be acting like that in the world of acting because obviously in everything WWE, well, in everything wrestling, it's all based on who's at the top. And there's so many different opportunities. You don't have to work for a specific movie or whatever. You know what I mean? So there's more opportunity, and she's not going to have the attitude problems that everyone thinks that she has, even though those problems are based in reality. And those people saying that have a lot of issues based in racism. But, lots of angry black girl stuff on Twitter. But yeah.
I think it's important we talk about this here at the top because if we were doing a project where we covered 2022 week by week, and each week was a chapter, and you decided who is this week about in wrestling. I think it goes without saying clearly this week is about Sasha and Naomi, right?
Yeah.
And the story is still fresh and new, and we'll see how it develops and ages and so on and so forth. But I think you and
I
I
mean,
and
in
our
a couple
perception
hours, we could be wrong. Like, we don't
exactly
know shit.
yes, but I think you and I and our general perception of the industry is that we're for the performers, right? And I think there's
Fuck the
been
companies.
yeah,
Fuck the owners.
but I think there's been a real palpable shift in that regard where people are on the other side of it. I think at the Grim we've always been kind of on that side of things. So I'm with you. I
I
think they're the
mean,
sentimental, the honourable, as you said. They're the number one in our hearts. As you put it. Carol, what you gonna say?
all I was gonna say was that those people suck dick for free, like old man company dick, like old man billionaire exploits his
How
workers dick.
how much does it pop you when it happens in our little world? You know,
I
you see
don't.
people licking the old .com boots out there. Fucking
I mean, they
crazy.
still.
Should we move on?
I don't want to get in
Did you
trouble.
see my tweet last night, Jaychele?
What did you tweet?
I said, I hope I've never licked the boot aggressively enough that people thought I was being
Oh,
paid well.
I can't. I can't. Oh
All
my.
right. Anyway.
I mean, some of those people probably are paid well, and that's probably why they can afford to go to. Nope. Nope. No. Moving on.
Okay. My first pick. I'm confident on you co-signing this one.
It better be
Konosuke
there it is.
Takeshita.
Yes, he was my number one, my actual number one. I predicted this last week too.
You did predict it, and talk about the match because this strike me as the kind of thing you'd really enjoy. It was back and forth. There was a whole different type of action. Go ahead, speak to it.
Yeah, these are my favorite kind of Hangman matches, to be honest, where he's just all in on super working that night. And Takeshita spoke about on Twitter how important the match was to him, and how much he valued the match. And obviously, you could see when CM Punk was on commentary that he was interested in having a match with him too. So I think that'll probably be next week or something like that, maybe even. But this was a really good showcase match for Hangman heading into Double or Nothing, especially with the ending, of course, and everything like that. And Takeshita really just showed what he was made of here. Like people were saying that People were saying that he should have been in the running for the TNT Championship, but he hasn't even got a win yet. So I hope that they focus on that after he has the punk match. It's just getting him some wins on TV.
We're both Ring of Honor fans. Wouldn't it be great if he's one of the main guys when that comes to be? Wouldn't he be awesome in that role? Like
Oh yeah,
one of the top Ring of Honor guys. Takeshita, I think, would be perfect for that. Again, as I said, if we were talking about the week as a whole, Sasha and Naomi, but if you had to limit it to in ring, I think, yeah, well, I think if you had to limit it to in ring, Takeshita was the kind of the star in that regard.
yes.
He got over huge, as you said. He proved he belonged with the top guy in AEW right now, at least as the champ.
I knew
Huge
it though.
showing.
I
You did.
knew it. I called it the first time I saw him. I was like, star of the company. He's
Yeah.
super young too.
Have you heard our friend, the Oracle of Wrestling's opinion?
No, I don't want to know. He always.
Me either. It's a shame, right? It always hurts. You're looking forward to the draft next week. You and Oracle try to.
Oh, me and him have already talked.
Oh,
Me and him are gonna win.
Okay, so you're
Yeah.
taking Punk first. All right. Anyway. This is going to be a hell of a show, you know that, right? This is going to be an absolute catastrophe.
I don't know if I still want to go with the same strategy that I said before. Remember when I said I was going to draft all the black people?
Yeah.
And that was when I had Bob. So now I have Oracle. So we'll see how well that goes. Maybe Oracle will just let me,
I'll be totally honest. When it was Bob, it was very funny because I don't think Bob would have pushed back at all. Because in fear of how that would have come across, I am sincerely recommending you do not do the same Oracle because he will not just push back; he will make a firm stance. You'll be like pick A, and you'll be like private party, and Oracle will be like selling this spotty. I can't do it.
Oracle, I literally think of the time that Oracle called Mandy Rose a fucking cracker bitch.
That was wild. I mean, he's an outlaw, right? He's an outlaw. He's what he is.
I don't know where Oracle gets this language from. But it's hilarious.
Yeah, I wouldn't change him. Bless his heart. It'll be interesting. You may need to just go pick by pick. You take one, he says, "We'll see."
That might be what has to happen. Yeah. But if I'm gonna start with all black people, we're starting at the tippity top of the black roster.
Well, yeah, that makes sense. You wouldn't just sort of if you're gonna do it right.
Well, do we get to draft as tag teams or we have to draft as individuals?
I think we're gonna do individuals. Because I love the kind of element of like people being mean about teams, and they've got so many teams. It's just difficult. Like, could you take Danielson and Mox as a team? That'd be weird, right? I think you go individual.
I guess, yeah.
That's what we're gonna do. Anyway, so can we lock in Takeshita on the board here? Are we happy to do that?
Yes.
All right.
Also, I don't think Ricky Starks will be my number one, to be honest.
Hater. Jaychele, who's your next pick? I'm sorry.
That was so spiteful.
Yeah, there's a lot of spite around here recently.
Oh my god.
She was texting me about Adam Cole earlier. Just privately texting me about him, like try to bait me into a fight, It's falling apart. The late night
team has a name. See, what do we consider a name though?
Exactly, because they're all like it's just difficult. I think they've got enough teams. There's something to be said for like if one of us takes Matt Jackson, will someone be spiteful and take it? I think it's fun. It's just a fun draft wrinkle.
I have to say,
that
I am very bitter, and I can hold a grudge like no other.
Oh yes, about the draft. You mean yes, yeah.
So once people start to take my black people, we're gonna have an issue.
Wait, hang on. So are you now saying that your approach means I can only take white guys?
Yes. Otherwise, you are subjecting those black people to slavery. So
hang on. So you go this direction. That's fine. I'm not gonna try how you draw. But if I take like Powerhouse Hobbs, I'm a villain at that point. Is that what?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
All right.
Yes.
I don't know if I can adjust to that. I feel like I'm gonna have to just do what feels right. But okay.
Then we
I feel I'm cornered now. I feel like I can't win in this case now. But okay, it's fine. Anyway,
I want to put Liv Morgan up for consideration next.
Liv Morgan
before, yes.
Because of the Bullet Club for life.
Do it, Joe. Come here.
There we
Thank
go.
you. Yep.
I got real close there. You see that? Look at that. It's quite the visual.
Actually, Harbs and Starks are Team Taz, if we're gonna be real about it. But and Swerve and Keith is Swerve in Our Glory, whatever the fuck they want to call it. I don't give a fuck. They have a name. Just because they don't use it on TV doesn't mean shit. I mean, Jurassic Express doesn't even use their name anymore, so fuck off.
Yeah.
And suck my dick. Thank you. And when you say Moxley and Danielson, they don't use BCC if they put it on a graphic. So
I'm very fired up about this. Are you going to try and fight one of us at this draft deal? You're going to really jukes up like Johnny Elite wrestling Samoa Joe?
Oh my God. We're
All right.
going to talk about that match. I should probably get my phone.
Yeah, let's do that. Was that your phone that just violently hit the ground? Was that
Yeah,
what
I'm
that was?
dropping things today, yeah.
All right. Okay. So Liv, is the case literally just Bullet Club? If it is, fine. I'm asking because I don't want to forget.
Sorry. Yeah, she didn't really have a match. I wish that she would have, but yeah.
Do you like Bullet Club?
This version or in
Yeah.
general?
Both.
Yeah. This version is fine. I mean, Liv Morgan in the Bullet Club is confusing, but
So
I mean, fucking Chris Bay's in the Bullet Club now, so I'm not gonna ask questions.
if I was to guess and I said like who are your two favorite Bullet Club members ever, it would be Chris Bay and Liv Morgan. True?
No. Try again. Chris Bay and somebody else.
The Machine Gun, Carl Anderson.
No.
Bad Luck Fale.
No.
Jay White.
Yes.
Yeah, okay. Then Liv Morgan.
Yes.
And then Jeff Jarrett.
No.
Right.
Are we allowed to say that guy's name?
Jeff Jarrett? Yeah, that's
No.
fine.
That one that they just said in the chat.
Chase Owens?
Yeah.
I don't know.
Isn't
Said
he
it
from
now.
your area or something? Like, isn't he a British wrestling guy? Is he not?
Hold up. Okay. Firstly, no. But that's the first thing I want to. Well, it's very clear. No, he is like a Southern indie guy. So no.
Oh God.
Yes. Secondly, even if he was, please do not say to me, isn't he from your area? Like I live with him or something? Do not give us. Chase is not being credited to us, especially me. So no, he's American. All right. Liv Morgan, I'll note. I'm unsure. Bullet Club deal. I don't have the Machine Gun Carl Anderson's co-sign this, so I have to be very careful. I have to be careful. Right.
You think he's going back to the Fed?
I don't know, but I would respect it if he did. That'd be awesome. Can you imagine how funny that would be? Seriously. Him feuding with Spooky Edge on Raw.
I don't like that.
That's fine. Just do what I'd do and don't watch it, you know?
That man is an asshole, Joseph.
Edge?
No, the other one.
Damian Priest?
The other one.
Bad Luck Fale?
No.
Chase Owens?
Yeah, somebody
No,
else.
yes. Someone else too?
Carl Anderson!
No, he's not. He's not. He's just...
Joe, do you want to defend that man? Are you serious?
I mean, now you're concerning me. I think
Joe,
he just...
have you not seen him on Twitter?
Yes, but... And listen, this is actually serious now. I don't... But I think Carl, was in a certain state where you shouldn't be on Twitter. And
I'm not giving him any credit for that, though.
Since then, how many times have you seen him on Twitter? Seriously.
Joe.
I'm being real. I'm being serious.
That is still an issue.
It is an issue.
What is it like? Sober thoughts, drunk action, something like that?
Yes. The belief that someone's kind of inner turmoil can come out. But I do also think that Twitter is like some of the stuff he said on Twitter was just clearly drunk tweets. I mean, it's just... I guess what I'm saying is, Jaychele, and you can disagree, that's fine. In the sweeping landscape of wrestling crooks, I do not really consider the Machine Gun Carl Anderson to be a league leader. I think he's ultimately
an asshole.
I'm not saying I want to be his wife or
got it.
anything. I'm just, it is what he is. It's difficult.
He's
not in the top 4.
I'm not giving that man no passes.
We're friends. We're Twitter mutuals. Come on. It's not. Huh?
Are you really?
Yeah, we're pals. You'd call him out live on the air here, and I'm trying to defend him.
Fuck.
I'm trying to defend.
He probably doesn't. Nope. I'm not gonna.
I'm in Bullet Club. He's not that way. I'm being serious. He's not. Seriously, I'm.
How do you know that, Joe?
I'm confident.
Okay.
Very confident. A minute there, I was going to go, we're at the halfway mark, let's send it to Bob. And I realised that that's the only thing I do on the bird. I got really concerned there. I saw 30 and I was like, hang on a second. Anyway.
Oh my God, we're 30 minutes into this?
It's bad. We're doing a bad job of staying on topic. You literally just like investigated the Machine Gun Carl Anderson to me. That was very uncomfortable. I'm going to move on. Okay. So, where are we at? You just did Liv Morgan, right?
Yes.
Let's go. Someone who I think now may win the Owen Hart tournament. I'm not saying he will, but he may, which is wild. Kyle O'Reilly.
Yeah, I had him on my list too.
Did you like the match with Ray Finn? He struck me as something you'd like. Did you?
I kind of liked it. To be honest, watching a 3-year-old didn't pay very much attention. Should probably rewatch it. But I saw enough of it to know that I liked it, if that makes sense.
Yes.
I thought the way that they worked it was extremely interesting. I saw somebody make a tweet about how Kyle was able to ground Ray, which I thought was really interesting as well. Honestly, I wish that Alex was not ringside because he seemed extremely distracting for me during the match. I don't know if that was just me, but
no,
it was a lot.
It was a little much, yeah.
Yeah. I thought that this was an interesting place to do this match, like to have them be on like the same side of the bracket or whatever. I don't know. I wouldn't have expected them to have a match like this, but I thought that it was really good. I didn't realize how like soon to the finish line Kyle was.
Yeah, it's weird, right?
It's very odd.
Because like they attacked Joe's arm after the match, Satnam Singh and those guys. He won with an arm bar. It feels like if Joe was going to the final, you'd have like slowed the Jay Lethal stuff down rather than continuing it.
Yeah. Are they going to do a match of Double or Nothing?
No, I think that's going to be the big match for the California Dynamite.
Okay.
I mean, they'll announce it on the pay-per-view because like Joe, and that makes sense, right? Like that kind of feels logical. So,
don't they do they do the Casino Battle Royal here too, right? They haven't announced that, but that's what they normally do.
They could have them both in that too.
Okay, I was thinking that like they're gonna just progress a couple feuds in there, then not have to do a match. They have a Joker for that, right?
Yeah, you know my prediction. I don't want to break my heart. You know exactly what I'm thinking.
I think that's a smarter place to have him here than to have him in the Owen, though.
Yes, probably true.
Or
but then again, what if he could have just won the Owen? What if we did that instead?
I mean, that's not as fun, is it? I mean, but he has to come in and lose a world title match then too.
Yeah, exactly.
Either one. I mean, it depends how big they value.
Someone that I like wins it, That's the main thing that matters to me.
Okay.
I mean, if you like them too, that's good. But as long as it's just important to me that I like the wrestlers on the TV show. I'm trying to get back to this mindset, Jaychele. You're watching Adam Cole and Jeff Hardy in the main event, and you're kind of like looking at your phone.
I didn't watch that match.
Apparently, it was good.
I heard that too. I just turned it off. I
actually rewatched it. It was pretty good, but the pal at backup Hangman, who now has his own section of Twitter, apparently, he said it was the best Adam Cole match without a stipulation in AEW, which is one of the greatest tweets I've ever read. I don't know if it's true, but it sounded good. Anyway, you're not convinced of that.
I didn't watch it. I can't make a statement.
Yeah, you didn't seem sure though. Okay, I think O'Reilly's going to be in the 5 here. Jaychele, I send it back to you. Who's up next for you?
I don't know how we do this, but I guess I would like to go for Moxley or Danielson because it pops me, but I'll go Mox.
Now, is this due to their There's a lot to talk about with these guys. Does this increase your interest in the Jericho Appreciation Society business?
Yes. Honestly, yes. And I wasn't even a big BCC fan, to be honest. Because we know I haven't always been a fan of Mox. I haven't always been a fan of how Danielson wrestles.
Yes.
Don't fight me about that. Please don't fight me about that. If you have watched this.
Yes. Stylistically, you have people that you prefer.
Yes.
Which I understand because he's a little slower. Like I know that you pop more for like Gresham's like sequence stuff, right? I mean, I do too. I love Gresham, but I do get it. The only problem with this stuff is that segment on Wednesday was long, very long. It was
very long, yeah.
If you could edit it into a 6-minute segment, it would really be very good. But unfortunately it went on for some time. I do like the Moxley pick.
Did you see who Sean Spears? This is very random. Did you see who Sean Spears is facing on Rampage?
Yes, I did.
Okay.
Told you he's a good guy. I hope he gets a gig somewhere. You know,
I hope is he working that show, the West show,
the West show.
the West, the one that you're trying to go
Oh,
to.
probably.
He makes sense for that show.
Yeah, he wrestled in WWE 4 years ago. That makes sense.
Sorry, I'm really off
Alright,
track today.
that's fine. This is what this show is. They don't come here for the format, you know. It's just this is the late night grin. Anyway, let me note down mocks. Okay, I'm now gonna. I think this is breaking the rules, but fuck it. Let's put Swerve and Keith Lee in this conversation, please.
I had them on my list for next
Okay.
week, but
Okay. I think they
just
should.
being
I think they're
mind-
already in there. I think they're
Okay,
already in there.
I'm fine with that too. I
I
just want to be mindful of the match next week.
I think we may get to be ranked them both times. I have to say, Jaychele, this tag team is something special. Out of nowhere, it's awesome. I would say if you made me pick between them, I'd take Swerve because of his promo work after.
Oh my god, that promo
Um,
was
yeah, like and honestly,
just like a bar or something.
Ricky's quick too, so it was cool for Swerve to get that on him. But Keith Lee looked so incredible in the match. I want to put them as a team. Are we cool with doing the odd tag team ranking? I think these two belong higher.
Oh yeah, I'd put them on there. I love that Swerve got to show personality for once. It always feels like kind of I guess like plain Jane whenever he cuts a promo or something like that. It doesn't feel like true Swerve, and this felt like
Yep.
the closest I've seen. Like obviously everybody knows he's cool and whatever and all that stuff. But did you see Keith? He didn't really want to cut the
Hmm.
promo after the match. He was like huffing a little bit. He was like
Yeah.
Swerve.
Yeah. Exactly.
Very
I
much
agree
Samoa
with
Joe
you.
energy.
It was indeed. I agree with you. Swerve is like cool. He's a genuinely cool guy. Sometimes he tries too hard in his actual promos.
Yeah.
You watch Swerve's like entrance, he looks cool. Promo, he can be trying too much. I think here he was very like he was
It's
truly
one
confident.
liners. One liners.
Yeah, he was truly confident, and I
Him
love
and
this.
Starks. Okay. This is why companies should hire me as chief of diversity, right?
Yes.
You have Swerve and Starks roast battle.
Yeah.
And you have that build the feud. Just do
I-
a roast battle. 10-ish minutes or so, even less than that. You can do like 7. Just have them do a roast battle against each other. You can even have Keith and Hobbs, jump in. Have them pre-write their stuff though, because I don't know how quick they are. But have them jump in and then they can roast each other. And the black people are gonna love it.
It'd be good. I mean, you saw there was like 40 seconds of it on Dynamite. It ruled, and then like Jurassic Express came out. Yeah, it's fine. Do you think either of these teams are going to win the belts? Because I think
I
they
don't want to
may.
answer that question.
So you don't think so? I think Team Taz has got a shot. I really do.
I mean, I hope so, but I still think they're gonna do that FTR thing, and they're just waiting for it. I don't know why they're waiting, but
The thing is to me is like the thing to me is
Oh,
I think
God.
FTR is the end game. FTR or Santana and Ortiz.
Yeah.
So it makes sense for the heels leave this match with the belts.
I mean, I guess
It'd be
I don't.
interesting.
I don't know how. I mean, Starks and Hobbs is very interesting, and I think it'd be a good elevation for Starks, especially thinking about his contract.
Yeah.
And he hasn't got much, and this feels like the most he's gotten in a long time.
Yes.
So if he does get the titles, then I mean, I think that's a really good win for them. If not, I think you prepare Hobbs for the TNT title picture. I mean, you could do Starks too, but I think Hobbs makes more sense right now. But I feel bad because I would have given it to Starks first. But
Ricky feels like one of the hottest guys on the show. To be honest, he's really getting. So he feels like the momentum's.
maybe I said that a long time ago.
Maybe, yeah, maybe. I do like your recent bit of pairing all praise with just putting yourself over. Also, I do that too. That's good. Learning here. It's very good. All right, Swerve and Keith are here. Jaychele, is there any other names for you that that need mentioning?
I have 2 names that I just wanted to mention.
All right.
Thinking of Rampage, I went to go look at the results again. Riho had a really strong showing with Ruby.
Yeah.
And Raquel Rodriguez. We didn't really talk much about WWE and stuff, but I don't really like her, but she had a big moment challenging
Yes.
Ronda.
Okay, so I have a couple of WWE names also. So
Okay.
let me put in the notes here. So we got Riho.
Are we
I
allowed to do
would.
NXT?
You can do what you want. I haven't
Because then I
seen
want
any
to.
of it.
I want to add Roxanne.
Okay. I would like to say that I think Ruby has her own case in that match with Riho because
Yeah. Fair.
there's been a lot of critics of Ruby's in ring, and I thought she was pretty awesome last Friday. So I think she should come up. Couple WWE names here, Jaychele. Asuka, who
I had her in my match list.
immediately looks great again, right?
Yeah.
Like there was no struggle there in terms of ring rust. This one may be slightly controversial. I don't know. Bobby Lashley, who got out of a steel cage match with Omos, and it wasn't terrible, and he got out of it like unscathed, which feels like a feat. I also went out my way to watch the Sami Zayn match from last week. Sami Zayn needs some love here. I feel he's been incredible as of late. So I think the names we're here. So we've got. Are we happy with Takeshita at 1?
Yes. Yay!
Okay, good. Good. Who do we go to? Swerve and Keith?
I feel like that's a little high.
O'Reilly?
Mm-hmm.
Ruby? Riho?
Are we supposed to put Cole in consideration on this list?
No.
Okay. Let's go Swerve and Keith. Fuck it. Let's make it Jaychele's list this week.
All right. Takeshita, Swerve and Keith. Does O'Reilly go in at 3?
I think so.
Okay, who do we want at 4 and 5 here? So we got narrowed down. We got Liv. We got Moxley, Riho, Ruby, Roxanne, Asuka, Sami Zayn. There was someone else you said from WWE too that I've forgotten.
Raquel,
yeah. She apparently had a very strong showing, so maybe we could. Maybe.
I think
I didn't
Liv.
see it, so.
I don't know why, but I still think Liv.
Let's put Liv in at the last spot as like a nod
Okay.
because we're such big Bullet Club fans. And by the way, guys, if you want to get Jaychele some Bullet Club merch, I'm sure she'll be delighted. So,
I mean, if you want to get me any merch, I'll wear it.
Can I get Ruby in here at 4?
Yeah, of course.
I'm happy for Ruby that she's back in the picture.
I love Ruby.
A lot of people were very mean about Ruby.
I don't give a flying. But Ruby's literally the nicest person in wrestling I've ever met. Everybody else is kind of an asshole. So
look, I've had no interaction, but she has like the most wonderful reputation. She just seems great, so I'm a fan. Okay, so we're gonna go. Our final 5 are as follows: Takeshita, Swerve, and Keith Lee as a team. Kyle O'Reilly at 3, Ruby at 4, Liv at 5. Okay.
Also,
yes,
honorary number 1, Sasha
of course.
Naomi.
Absolutely true. All right, now let's do our match now. My initial reaction here for number 1 is Hangman Takeshita.
Mm-hmm.
Is that yours too?
Yeah.
Is it close? I was trying to figure out if I thought it was close with this in the O'Reilly match. I couldn't decide. I don't know if it's like competitive or not. I know this is clearly the best.
I think it's clear.
You're really high on Takeshita, right? Very fired up.
Yeah, of course.
You got very excited about it. Remember when he wrestled Brandon Cutler like 2 weeks ago and you was like...
It was a good match!
It was, but you were ahead of the curve.
Do you ever expect Brandon Cutler to have a good match, though? Like a match that's like you can actually talk about and you feel like confident. Yeah. Besides the fucking Nakazawa match.
That was really good.
I just think that we should appreciate Takeshita while he's here. Because he's not gonna be here forever, Not that he's dying. I'm just gonna stop.
You meant in like AEW, right?
Yeah. I'm just gonna stop talking.
I always struggle with that phrasing because I'll say about like old wrestlers, and what I mean obviously is like they're gonna retire soon, but doesn't it? It sounds grim when you say it, right? It's like they've got long left, Just enjoy them while you can. Anyway. Hangman Takeshita at 1. Where are we going for 2 here? So I've got the aforementioned Ruby Riho match.
Yep.
Phoenix O'Reilly, Sammy Riddle, Asuka Becky also is in this. I don't know. I think Phoenix O'Reilly is my second. Where are you at on that front? What do you got here at 2?
I can do that. I also had Trish and Mercedes from Dark. I don't know if you watched it or
I
not.
have not seen it. No.
Yeah, but I thought that was a really good match,
Oh, I'm
especially
sure
for
it
one of
was.
Trish's first showings. Um,
If you feel strongly about it, we can get in. I mean, I can only go so high because unfortunately I just didn't see it.
yeah, that's fine.
But
We could put it at
we
like
can
number
list it.
5 as
Yeah,
long as it's on the
exactly.
list. I also think that I didn't see Sammy versus. I mean, Sammy was it Sammy versus Riddle or was it Uso versus Riddle? I don't remember.
Sammy versus Riddle.
I heard it was good. That's all that
Yes.
matters.
So should we do 4 and 5? Should be matches that one of us saw and not the other.
Yep, let's do
Alright. So okay, so that's our 4 and 5. So 2 and 3 should be
Oscar Becky, and then
yes.
Kyle and
Well,
yeah.
what about Ruby Riho? Was Asuka Becky better? Have we been? It might have been. Asuka Becky was actually really good, like genuine. And it's a
Yeah.
weird one because it was completely lost, rightly, because there was a way bigger story. But like they had a really good match. I don't know. I think 2 is Phoenix O'Reilly.
Yeah.
And then we need to pick between those women's matches. Those matches, I should say.
I'm willing to take Trish and Mercedes off if we want to put Ruby and Riho.
Yeah. Your mic didn't like that and got really mad about it. I don't know why that happened, but that was very funny.
Oh.
All right, so this guy, which one did you prefer, Asuka Becky or Ruby Riho?
Oscar Becky over it.
Okay, so this guy, Asuka Becky, Ruby Riho, and then Sammy and Rid, right?
Mm-hmm.
No, let's do Trish and Mercedes. All right. So I want to actually talk about that match. Quickly, let me look at this. Look at this. This is interesting. They just opened every seat behind the set of Forbidden Door. They're going to have a 20K. Are you excited for that show, or is that not really in your realm of fandom? I'm intrigued because you don't watch like a ton of New Japan, right?
Yeah, I'm interested for certain things. I know more of like the stuff from Strong than I do from like actual New Japan, but I know that there's lots of long-term stories they have brewing that they're gonna finally dig into. I just kind of wish that Kenny was there to do it and everything like that, but they'll probably do it again when Kenny can be there.
It's a bummer, the Kenny thing, isn't it?
Yeah.
Do you remember when they were like, he'll be back in February? And it was like...
They don't even have a set date now.
I know, that always sounded optimistic, but as you said, we haven't got a date and we're in May. It's just this shame.
There definitely will be a few flippy dippy matches that I would like.
Oh, yeah. I think you'll really like the in-ring, actually. I genuinely do. I think... the one thing that intrigues me about that show is like how much of the build is actually on TV. They might just announce matches and be like, buy it if you're... I don't know. It'd be interesting, right? Like, would it shock you if Dynamite doesn't do like a build? They just kind of...
I think they're just going to announce. Maybe they'll do like a small build for like certain people. Like maybe like they go home. They'll like do a little something. But like I bet that it's mainly just promos that are airing online and stuff like that.
Yeah, I kind of get the same feeling. Like you might get like an all-star tag team match or something where it's like, say the pay-per-view is Tanahashi and Moxley or like, Punk and Okada, you get like them mixed, like in a big tag. I could see them doing that. I just don't know if you're going to get like a ton of angles.
Are you ready for the big Factory versus LA Dojo match with Stip?
Sure. I'm a big QT Marshall fan, as you know.
I actually think it'll be good. I really like the LA Dojo team. Of course, my new favorite wrestler is on there, Kevin Knight.
Have you just met the Kevin Knight through Dark? Have you just met him?
Yes. Did you hear him cut a promo?
I have it on mute when we do the grin along. But
he enticed me with his words.
He did.
Yeah. He speaks like he's from my area, so I like them.
He's really good. His drop kick is like, they go mad about it. Every time he does it, they go crazy.
He's insane.
Yeah, he's very good. That whole crop of guys is good. Okay, I want to quickly, it's our 5th match. So just to reiterate, Hangman Takeshita, Phoenix O'Reilly, Asuka Becky, Ruby Riho, Trish Adora, Mercedes Martinez. I want to give you a chance to talk about this Ring of Honor match here. I've yet to see it, which I'm kind of... I don't know why I didn't. Like, it was a thing that I was aware of, but there's so many shows, and the C shows don't get a lot of hype.
Yeah.
How did this whole thing get presented? Obviously, it was a Ring of Honor title match on the C shows. So, how did it come across?
Did you see the Woods and Yuta match? Oh, he's frozen. Oh, he's back.
What happened?
Did I freeze?
Yeah. You said Woods and Yuta? Yes.
Yeah, did you see the Woods?
Yeah, I was on the grin along. I'm not going to pretend I paid tons of potential, but it looked good. Sounded good.
Practically the same presentation. When I spoke to Trish at Women's Wrestling Army, her and Willow, like, I mean, I guess off the record, kind of made it seem to me like they were already had plans in place to do some Ring of Honor stuff. I think it's interesting that they're doing it on Dark. I mean, obviously Trish was on TV before, but like now that they're committing to things like this, especially since it's using former Ring of Honor people, it's making me more excited. I'm very intrigued to see how they continue to do these dark matches because the way that they're presenting the Ring of Honor title, like I don't think that they would have Samoa Joe do a dark match like that. So it's interesting to like see how titles will be defended in various places. They don't even have FTR really defend their titles either. I don't know. It's weird.
It's very inconsistent.
Their world champ also no longer has a concussion. So
what's going on with Gresham? What's happening? Where is he?
He doesn't have a concussion anymore. He's doing Terminus. He got Terminus this weekend.
But like, why is he not on AEW TV? Like he's the champ. It's just weird. I don't know. I mean, he did the. It is interesting. The belts are treated so like differently week to week. Like the Ring of Honor World Title and Battle of the Belts was treated the way they treated the FTW title. It was the title match in the middle that was just kind of there. But the Samoa Joe matches have been treated as like main events, and I guess it's just because that's Joe. Like I don't think it's the TV title or anything. It's interesting. I will say, and a lot of people have been talking about this recently. There are a lot of folks that are pretty desperate for these belts to, and Ring of Honor to kind of find its own home to live in. I think they're tired of them taking up space in the living room. It hasn't bothered me much, but where are you at on that topic of like the Ring of Honor? Some people seem to think it's kind of muddied the waters a little bit for AEW's product. What do you think?
Honestly, I'll give them like until a month after Forbidden Door. I think is fair ground before I pass an actual judgment. Because they could announce stuff at the pay-per-view like Reese says if you could pull it up.
Yes.
I forgot that I could do it for a second. Fuck Twitch, dude.
He says, reckon ROH could have something else at the pay-per-view. Do you think that could be the case?
Yeah. I feel like something like that, or even at Forbidden Door, they might announce something for ROH because obviously they're mocking up logos and stuff now. Boy, those logos,
Yeah. I just use the old one. Fuck it, Use the old shitty one. That's what I'd do. But it is what it is. JJ's. Look how spiteful JJ's been in the chat, Jaychele. Look at this. I mean, no interest in the honourable wrestling of Ring of Honor. Jonathan Gresham was booked by Impact and he was the best wrestler in the world. He leaves Impact. All of a sudden, he don't care. JJ's out.
Maybe they should just hire somebody to figure out the Ring of Honor stuff. Maybe Tony Khan should hire people to help him so he's not having issues with structure.
I'm not looking for a job in wrestling. I appreciate it. You don't have to do it on the air. That's very kind.
Got an idea. He hires you.
Yeah.
For the Ring of Honor stuff.
Yep.
And he can hire me for women and diversity stuff. Boom.
Okay, and we like run Ring of Honor.
Yeah.
We'd have to delete this video very quickly. I feel like we've done many things in this video that would be alarming in that regard, but it'd be interesting. I mean, Joe. I gotta say, yes. I will say I am slightly alarmed by the kind of reaction from you when I walk into the booking office and slam down my papers and say Joe's beating Gresham in 5 minutes tonight, and I don't know how that goes from there.
Well, see, you have to run that by me because that's an issue of diversity.
It is. That's what. Yeah, I'm kind of. So, how would you approach that? Like, would you negotiate the time and be like, "Hey, let's give Gresh 10 minutes in there," or would you just say it's not happening and kind of take a stand? I'm intrigued.
Well, first I would ask questions about the titles. How are we going to do that with the titles? Are we unifying the titles?
Yes.
Then I ask questions about how he's losing and how he's presented.
Choked out.
As the champion. No, then it's not happening. He needs to go out like an honorable champion, an honorable role model.
Okay, then so do I then let you book the finish? Is that what you'd like me to do then in this kind of dynamic, this potential where we run the promotion? Would I be like, okay, Jeff, you book the finish, but can we get to the same point, please? And you go, okay, and you lay out like a roll up or something?
We can do something like that as long as we talk about like how he looks on the pay-per-view before we do the loss. He needs to look like the strong champion he is, not like little boy Gresham, because then you and me will fight.
I respect that. We can talk this through after, we're not on the air, but that's how it's done, folks. That's how booking committees are supposed
Somebody
to
had a
work.
good idea. I think we should run this, Joe.
We'll do that before the Joe title change.
Okay, that's fine.
We're going to do the Joe title change. Joe's going to be the champ for 4 years. And then Lee Moriarty will be ready to go.
No.
3 years.
Nope.
2.
3 months.
6.
4.5.
All right, I can deal with that. 4.5.
Yay!
Good stuff. Good
Lee,
stuff,
here we
folks.
come. Let's go.
Okay. Now, folks, this has been episode 4 of Retire the Rankings. This is Twitch. Did you know that, Jaychele? I mentioned that?
Yeah.
Unless you're watching this tomorrow, in which case this is YouTube. Hello, YouTube. I hope you've enjoyed this show on YouTube. Hello, YouTube. As I'm at the start of a festival. Hello, YouTube. So anyway, if you're watching on YouTube and you've never seen us before, and unlike all of the statistics that we have on our YouTube studio thing, you actually somehow made it to this point in the video rather than doing what everyone else that doesn't watch does, which is turn off after 1 minute. You may be thinking, wow, this is quite the show they have here. There is a fun dynamic at play. Some social commentary in the midst of this.
Oh my God, Joe.
Well, I am highly anticipating the draft in which the white guy is cornered in as to who he can take in the professional wrestling draft arena.
Oh my God, I have an idea, Joe. We
Yes.
should make the draft. You have to pay a certain amount of dollars to get everybody. So when the white people try to buy the black people, you can't
Absolutely
do
not.
it.
Absolutely not. We're going to stop there. So if you're thinking some, any, or all of these things, go to latenightgrin.com where you can find everything. Right, Jaychele? It's all there. The Late Night Grin, which would have, but if you're watching this on YouTube, would have aired last night.
Yeah.
Fabulous program. We review Rampage. We talk about Batman and other hot topics. A lot happened last week, Jaychele.
Are you guys going to talk about sports again?
We should probably do that while you're not around. Yeah, we should probably make the most of it.
Yeah.
It feels like an opportunity
I
for us
only
to
have
do about.
one thing to say.
Yeah.
Go Celtics, baby.
Now, come on. Let's not get personal here.
Go
okay?
Celtics, baby.
This is unnecessary.
Celtics.
Bullshit. All right, well,
Celtics.
latenightgrin.com, $1. There are no tiers, just grins. If you would like to watch these shows live, twitch.tv/latenightgrin. Next week. Now, Jason and I are about to talk about something else that we could announce very soon. We're going to talk about it after the show. But we can confirm. Monday, Grin Grap for about William Regal. 6 p.m. Eastern on Twitch. He'll be on YouTube the next day. If you're interested in William Regal's career, you can watch the matches along with us. Go Late Night Grin on Twitter and you can find the lineup, or you can just listen to us talk. That's Monday. Tuesday, 7 Eastern, the big one. The All-Star AEW Draft. 6 of the great grinners, and by that I mean the 6 grinners. Drafting AEW wrestlers, as you've heard, there's going to be some different elements of play during that. I won't comment on those any further.
Black people. Black people.
That will be fun. Wednesday and Thursday will be a lot of Dynamite coverage. There may be something Thursday night, which again we may announce very, very shortly. And then Friday we're going to do some pay-per-view previews and Late Night Grin and all that stuff. So big week ahead.
Can I plug?
Yes.
I have a big week.
Yes. You have a massive week. Go ahead.
Yes. Okay. Well, starting off with the small stuff, I guess. I have like my final senior speech on Tuesday, which is kind of cool. I'm probably going to post it or something. Mm-hmm. And then Thursday, I'm taking prom pictures. So if you want to see my prom pictures, because obviously I'm a senior in high school, follow me on Twitter at Jaychele Nicole. They'll be over there. And then on Saturday, Wrestling with Whiteness finally comes out. I'm extremely excited. And then also the Tuesday after the Tuesday coming up, I'm going to be on. It's not announced yet, but I don't give a fuck. This is on fucking Twitch. Tuesday coming up, after the next Tuesday, I'm going to be on the Fightful Roundtable show. So that's very exciting. You can check me out there. And also, I think the next week coming up, I'm also supposed to be on the Spotlight. So I have lots of cool stuff coming up. So you guys should make sure to check that out.
There is, and we're going to try and do something too on the Grim platform. I want to do a full interview. Right? We talked about that, so hopefully we can fit that because next week's gonna be crazy. But we will make a priority of that. Please support Jaychele. Obviously, if you are
Why
watching
am I
this on
doing the
Twitch,
wave so much? What is this? Is this a wave?
I don't know. It adds some kind of motion to the program. Though most of it's just me sitting here very still. Have you seen the thumbnails for the 2 videos on Twitch so far? I'm in the exact same position in both of them. I'm looking this way at the chat.
Wait,
It's
I'm
real.
gonna
It's
move
real
my
rough.
phone.
So anyway, what was it?
That was not what I meant. I meant it's the late night grid, and I always do my announcements on here. It's a personal thing.
If you're watching on Twitch right now, in about 2 hours, we're going to be doing the Late Night Grin episode 39, primetime grin free. It'll be about 4 hours long.
More than WrestleMania.
Factual. Indeed. We've beat them, those fuckers. Have a good night, folks. And in the meantime, that is really awful, isn't it? That is terrible. In the enjoy this outro. Bye.